Good morning, evening, afternoon. This is Gamer Tia. We're going to play some Medieval Dynasty today. We are still on version 0.6.0.5, so 1.0 version has not come out yet. We're all anticipating. Hi Celtic. Thank you for being ready. You have a brother here is going through storage, so I'll be in and out. Nice, nice. Gotta do stuff and things, right? Alright. We should be in spring of year 9. I don't think we've made it to year 9 since, like, season 1 and 2. It has been a good long while. We're in season 10 right now. Alright, sleepy times. Da-na-na-na. Yeah. We got 6,000 monies from all the animals we sold yesterday, which was some chickens and some pigs. Alright, we're outside. Got the lovely sky rolling by. But yeah, welcome back. Happy Monday, everybody. I know some of you guys are super enthusiastic about it being Monday. Dad, look what I found. He found a piece of straw. Look at that. I'm so proud of you. Contributing to the village. No, it's wakey time. I know, dragon, right? Talk to the wife. Can I help you with something? I'll be right back with some stuff. 4 meat and 2 berries. We could probably do that. It's sort of wakey time. I know. I know. It feels really... I woke up at 7 this morning, so I've actually been up 2.5 hours already. And it's doing wonders for cognitive thought. Not always the case, but I actually did have a full night's sleep last night, and yeah, so I got no complaints. I totally ran way away from where we needed to be. It's totally fine. It's a beautiful day. So, when they said, did you know Surviving Mars snuck in a new deal? I did not. I did not, Dragon. I will be checking Surviving Mars' new DLC out then, for sure. I didn't realize they did. Alright, she needed some meat and some berries. Let's turn the HUD back on. I was just enjoying the sunshine. Alright, let's give them some berries. And some meat. Meat. Just a little bit. It's way too many, but still. Good morning, Quimby. So I drug Quimby into playing New World this weekend. And he was like, stop giving me stuff. Because Quimby's super independent when he plays. He wants to do his own thing. I kept going, I was like, I went to like one of the first dungeons and I kept getting stuff that I couldn't use. So I'm like, here, Quimby. Alright, let's see what our taxes look like. I'm gonna have to turn that in my ear. I feel like I'm yelling at you guys. I'm so sorry if I'm yelling at you guys this morning. It's because the music was really loud in my ear. Alright. Back to normal. I was like popping on like, Quippy! He'd be out and fishing and I'd be sneaking up behind him like, Quippy! Did that before the Ark server died? Yep. Here's the thing. I like giving stuff. It makes me happy. But yeah. Yeah, once I know where you live, it's over. It's over. Yeah, I did have a lot of fun playing that today. He's gonna be on the bridge where I can't get him, I bet you. Yep. Eh. Alright, let's see what he asked for. A bow. We can do a bow. I think we have an extra one in the storage cabinet right now. The storage, the supply shed. So we got rid of a lot of pigs and chickens. So management, animals. We got rid of some chickens and they had babies. And we have 2 pigs. And pigs live 18 years, so 2 is fine. They'll have babies. And then we'll get rid of some. Yeah, so many. Dragon, you're lucky I didn't bring all the extra saber-tooths we started breeding. We like have a pack of sabers in your front yard. Yeah. Well, we're good for like a year and a half for poo, basically. I was like, that's enough. And if I'm wrong, that's okay. We can afford to go buy some. Alright. Let's see what else we got. We got some more quests over here. And we might as well go pay taxes. You can send your wife to go pay taxes. Just a heads up on that. But we have time this morning. It is spring, so the farmers should be out putting seed down on the fields. Should be nice. Hey, 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 hey. Oh man. Did you not hear me? I was hollering at you back there. He's like, "Oh, I heard you." You're not sure if you have a new memo for in you? Fridays just went to 10 hours and they're talking about Saturdays. You'd be like, do you guys want us to come to work or do you just want us to stop? Might as well sell some hats while we're here. Buy some bags. Sell some hats. Yeah, that's quite a bit of stuff. Let's see. I think I'm gonna grab some animal feed. Sell some more hats. Yeah, once you have your little empire going, it is actually really nice being able to keep up with everything. I really like being able to afford things. Alright, so we're looking for more stuff. Oh, I forget to say, didn't say this like the last 8 streams. If you've been enjoying the content community and would like to support the channel, please consider following, subscribing, thumbs up, high five, low five, all the stuff and things here on Twitch, over on YouTube, and on Twitter. Your support is much appreciated, as always. Alright, so Brannick has a thing. You have a thing for me, buddy? Dangerous animals, I guess. Should be another person here somewhere. Is it you, small child? Would you like a sharp object? Alright. There you go. What did he want? A wooden spear. Alright, we can do that. Nice. Yeah, Surviving Mars is pretty fun. I watched Deuce and Bone and Gargoyle and AO Mike all play Icarus a couple of times this weekend over on the Syndicate channel, over on YouTube. The the game looks pretty fun, but I don't know. I don't know if I have it in me to purchase another pre-order and then wait 2 or 3 months for it. So I'm gonna wait till it's a little bit closer to time, and then maybe pick it up. But yeah, it looked pretty fun. Looked a little bit challenging, which is good. Oh yeah, we didn't finish this, did we? Craft spear. Here you go, kid. Here's your shop object. Please enjoy. Alright, was an up in Branica, it looks like. Go ahead and grab that quest too. You might as well. I wouldn't say Skyrim like survival. It is definitely new survival. Food, water, oxygen, storms that will rip you to shreds. It kind of felt more like to me personally, when I was watching it, I didn't actually play it. When I was watching it, it felt more like when I was trying to survive playing, what's the one that just came out and you have to build a town and it's space and stuff like that. You did buy Ark? Never played Ark? Ark is fun. I enjoy Ark quite a bit, actually. A few thousand hours in it. So I can honestly say yes, I like that game. I need to be right there. You will die a lot. Yes. Yes. Raptor to the face. But it's fun though. I really enjoy it. So we were talking about Icarus. No Man's Sky. It felt like when I was on a bad planet on No Man's Sky. Plus, do they have to have helmets on all the time? Like, I never saw anybody take off a helmet. But that could be because I missed this section. Because I watched it for about an hour, and then I took a nap for 2 or 3 hours, and then I woke up and they were still playing it. I was pretty zonked out. Cute little compies will chew you. Yeah. Oh look, it's a no, just run. Nothing is safe. It's okay. You'll learn what's aggressive and what's not pretty soon. So another thing, I guess, that's coming up pretty soon, actually. I wasn't expecting it quite this soon. Valheim is coming out with their new update pretty soon. Your son decided to whack a trike? Yep. Those trikes will wreck stuff. Alright. Hey, buddy. Would you be interested in buying some hats? Well, thank you. Have a good day, sir. Hi, lady. You know what? Yeah. So night hunt is wait till the next even. I'm not really a night hunt fan because you have to wait to get the stuff. So we're gonna go buy 3 wool real quick and deliver it over here. We're actually gonna probably buy more than that. Alright, on the road again. He's level 5. When I had buildings on destroy, I did pretty much similar to that. I think I smacked a stego or something like that, and it wrecked my entire thatch house. Like, exploded into tiny fluff straw pieces. But I do, on my servers, I usually have the structure destroy off, but only because, oh, my brain. Only because I like to build in certain styles, and metal's the only one you can really build that doesn't have consequences. And I just wanted something that I could have fun messing with. So if I want to do stone and wood combos, I could. Alright, here's some wool. I'm gonna just buy all of it. You can buy all my hats back. Thank you. Go ahead and take some animal feed too. Here's some more hats. Buy some bronze shears because we can. Here's some more hats. Bucket of milk, bucket of water. I think we're gonna stop buying buckets. We have like 6 billion buckets at the house. New level of diplomacy. I like that. Barter's maxed out. Holy smokes, look at us go. Inspiring speech has 15% faster production. Take that one. Hand of the King. Good host. Creative accounting. Castellan. Dun dun dun. I think I'm gonna put diplomacy knowledge in here. 5% more experience gained. For right meow. There we go. Yeah, Steam has mods, Epic does not. However, you can still tweak server settings in both of them. Alright, let's go get this wool delivered. Yeah, Steam's the better choice to buy it on, just because they have really nice mods. But yes, there are a lot of server settings you can mess with, so you can highly customize your arc. Hello! Here's the wool. You're welcome. Hold on though, wait a second. Would you like to buy some hats? There's some bags. We could get super fancy, but I feel like maybe we shouldn't. I do need to buy another saddle. And did they have a large saddlebags, not just a regular saddlebags? Large saddlebags. Would you like to buy some hats? There you go. Okay. Now we still have 7,000 monies on us because we bought that. But I have a maybe thing to do. We do have to be a little bit careful because there are some wolves up here now. Turn Arc into Pokemon. That's no joke. You used to have a large selection of Arc animals in order to get kibble to get the next level up. But thankfully they changed it to egg sizes and not like eggs from a turtle, eggs from a dodo. So that's been a blessing. Look at that core muscle strength that's going on right here. You know how much core she has to have to be able to hold herself up like that? We're doing something here. Oh yeah, I remember. Hi guys. Oh, hey. Boop. Boop. Totally unnecessary, but completely adorable. I'll take it. Alright, we're gonna go up here to this next little village. We just have some spare monies and we're gonna use it. It's nice, like year 9 you have spare monies. That's really nice. Do 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 do. Actually there is a mod that adds Pokemon. Mm-hmm. I was like, I absolutely love what the mod community does with some of this stuff. You're like, what? How did that even? Why was that even a? Excuse me, horse. Do 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 do. All right, let's see if they have anything that we actually want. Not really. Bye, buddy. Let's see, the other person is this guy. Hi, baby pig. Irma. Okay. So we don't need anything from her. Yeah. Dragon, shh. Oh, I was laughing earlier today because I made the mistake, of course, of jumping on the open world beta, or New World open beta forums, and a guy on there was crying because he got banned because he was insensitive with these words. No, if you're explicit, and I mean it's in the terms of service, and doing hate speech crap on a game, Amazon actually shuts you down. Imagine that. Consequences for actions? I don't even know where to begin with that. And yes, he got a refund. Don't worry, guys. He got his money back. But I'm like, cheese and crackers. You're crying because you actually got banned from a game for enforcing its terms of service? Bye, Felicia! You know what? To be honest, I do find myself a little bit biased against PvPers because my brain associates them with toxicity. Which is not true, because some people PvP and are actually really good. You know, good people, everything like that, and aren't toxic. But my brain, because I've been in environments where PvP is 100% legitly toxic, automatically assumes that if you PvP you're toxic. And that's something I'm working on, but yeah. I really enjoy the fact that if terms of service are this and you violate them, you're out. Bye-bye. But yeah, I've actually been PvPing on New World. So I actually really had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, not all PvPers are toxic. It's my brain adjusting to that. It's a little brutal, but all right, man. We got out there. We got a lot of stuff knocked out already. Let's go ahead and park. Thank you, horsey. Hi. Alright, if I remember how to do this, which I don't apparently, you just saddle up. Dude, I have a saddle right here. Okay, so maybe I forgot a thing. It's totally fine. Hi. Yeah, the toxicity and just stuff has usually just made me not want to play PvP stuff. But yeah, like I said, I had a lot of fun with it this weekend. Absolutely love the fact that you can gather and harvest and level up. I'm a big fan of that. I am actually really looking forward to the upgrades for this game as well. It's just anticipating. And I'm trying not to anticipate too much, because too much anticipation is more like impatience. So I'm like, ready when you are. Any moment now. But yes, I'm trying to be patient. Let's grab some more bronze arrows, because we're going to need them. Bronze arrows. These are still 100%. I don't even know. We're going to grab 10. There we go. 15. Perfect. Now we have 2 level 10 crafters in here cooking food all day now, which I am pretty stoked about. So they should be making vegetable soup. They make 44 vegetable soup a day, and our people eat 43 vegetable soup a day. So much stuff. So much rot. It's okay. So we do need to probably make some more bowls, though. So let's go ahead and be responsible adults and make some bowls. That way these guys don't run out of stuff, and we don't have to cry into our milk that they're not making things. Yes, we did quite a bit of math last playthrough, just to make sure we had enough to do things. Am I reading that right? 41,533 monies? Jeez. Go up there and buy out all the iron stuff again, maybe. Alright, fertilizer there. Yeah, that's why I said we have 2 seasons worth of fertilizer. We're good. What's our weight look like? 600 and something? Okay. We bought a crap ton of iron stuff last time we were up there. Plenty of hats to sell for auto selling. Good deal. I'm not sure why this is in here, but we'll move it into the correct location. Flaxseed. So much stuff. This is nice. I like this. We have stuff. Oh, Dragon, thanks for checking that out for me. The custom worlds on 76 are not that customizable. Good. I'm really glad you checked that out, because I was kind of excited to see that, because if we could adjust some things, like I just want to be able to like get my farming and stuff under control, because you guys know me. It's like in a first-person shooter game, of course I'm going to find a way to farm. But your base building and stuff like that. One of the things I saw is you didn't have to have electricity for your, what's it called? The places you live. It was one of the customizable features, but it's good to know that there wasn't quite as many as I was hoping. Tia. Oh yeah. I'm looking at this, I'm like, this isn't a food storage, it has stone on it. This isn't the droid you're looking for. Let's put all these back here. So when the buckets rot, do they turn into actual buckets, or are we just out whatever the heck this is? So many things. Oh yeah, we were gonna make bowls, and somebody forgot. I don't know who that could have been. Morel mushrooms, where are you? Let me in. Take some of these. Management. It is summer? Yes, summer, springtime right now. So our hunting lodge. We still get mushrooms? Okay. So at the end of this season, we need to switch it to berries. So please, please don't let me forget. And as of right now, we actually don't need meat because our people are switching over to 100% vegetarian stuff. We need more fur. Alright, so we're going to switch that out. And fur. Do 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 do. 60-40? Sounds good. Stables and that need repaired. These guys don't have workers. Look, it is what it is, guys. Excavation shed needs repaired. So we have a couple repairs we need to probably knock out. I hear you, baby chicken. Where are you? Over here? It's a hen, but not the baby chicken. Ah! There they are. Hi, baby chickens. Welcome to your new home. Emma was on or off with no reload. Again, I would have liked to seen crafting modifiers saying ×10 or ×20. Slider for harvesting amounts, but there was nothing at all for that. Okay. These guys are out here doing what they need to do. I like it. Did we have something in mind? I don't even remember what we were doing, guys. It was something important and I can't remember. It's totally fine. I think we were going to cook something. Yes. But we needed to make some bowls too. Pardon me? Yep. So bowls. Bowls, 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 bowls. Tons of plates. Alright. Welcome backs. Yeah, spend time with your brother. It's like, you know me, my family just kind of shows up when they want to, so sometimes I'm like, guys, I have to go. Over 1,000 round of 3808. Dang. Hopefully you guys do maintenance on them. I know they're just like, what? But yeah, when I was overseas in Iraq, we had 50 cal rounds and they were open and nobody maintained them, like took care of them. And we opened them up one day and we had quite a few rounds just completely rusted. And if you know anything about bullets, you do not put a rusted bullet in a chamber. So yeah, that was a fun bit of paperwork we had to do. Doom doo doo doom doo doo doom doo doo doom doom doom. MD, an MD, I can understand simple yes or no options. If you make custom worlds, expect a lot of options, right? I mean, even MD has sliders on your gains and stuff like that. Hi, Bad. Nope. No bandits. No bandits yet. We're still on 0.6.0.5. And from the notes on how to convert your 0.6.0.5 to 1.0 full release, I don't even know if we're actually going to be able to test the new stuff before it comes out. Which makes me kind of a sad panda, but I understand the anticipation of a full release and getting new stuff. But keep in mind there's also going to be enough terrain changes that some of your games won't work. So I had a dream last night that we spawned up where we spawn, and we ran to Gustovia and talked to the dude, and then came out here to make our house, and this was all mountain bullcrap, and which means we couldn't build here. I was like, no! It was a horrible dream. And I was very much not happy. Celtic, just use a slingshot. Let's make some scrambled eggs with mushrooms because we can. Morning, True. We're doing quite a bit of stuff today. It's I was like, year 9, my god, I've already done everything, right? And then I don't know, I looked at it a little differently, so we knocked out almost all the quests except the night hunt, which you know you gotta wait until the night for them to figure out what you're actually hunting, which I don't agree with, but it is what it is. Yeah, so we sold our chickens and pigs, a lot of them, because we didn't need as much stuff. And then we went and bought 2 baby donkeys. I am stretching right now, Dragon. I can't really lift my left arm that high though, because it's been hurting since last Saturday, and I don't know why. So lower range of motion, but thank you for the stretch and hydrate. Much appreciated. But yeah. Plenty of stuff to do. I noticed how many, we had 400 morel mushrooms and a lot of scrambled eggs, so I'm like, let's make some scrambled eggs and mushrooms. Speaking of, I do need to do this in real life, because I bought 2 flats of eggs and vegetables to chop them up and put in there. I just have not done it yet. ASDW armor sore? Yes. Oh, Dragon, it was sadly it was before New World. I just like last weekend I woke up and it was completely numb and I couldn't hardly move it, and then when I started trying to move it, I've gained quite a bit of range of motion back in it, but I can't really lift it very high. True, not to minimize what you've been through. But they made the female exam every 5 years instead of every 10 years. And trust me, I don't like that change at all. But yes, we're like, can we please not do that? But it's for medical stuff. And I'm like, I don't agree with that. Oh, Crazy, hi! Good morning! Yeah, I know everybody's been really busy. It's been nice to see everybody pop back in here and say hi. Um, but yeah, yeah. Release for this comes out on the 23rd for the version 1.0. I think they're still on track for that, so it should be pretty good. You didn't even get a drink or... Yeah, I left out of my last exam fast enough that I didn't get my tetanus shot or my flu shot. I'm like, nope, I'm not dealing with anything else today. So true, I feel you, dude. Like, no thank you. I had to do mine during my stupid full physical last year. I got another physical coming up at the end of the month, but this one's just gonna be a normal one, so. Doom, doo doo doom, doom. So I remember, it's like, we came back from Afghanistan and my back and knees were hurting so bad from having to carry all the crap back over and all the armor and crap we were wearing. So I went to the doctor like as soon as I got back at Mob Station, and I told him like my back is messed up and my knees are like hurting really, really bad, and they're like, okay. And then they finished the exam and then handed me some arthritis medicine. I was like, it's fine, it's normal, you're just getting old. I'm like, you son of a... Because they didn't check my joints, they didn't do anything like that. I was like, you bastard. Oh, can't say the bad word, sorry. But you know what I mean. Where they hand you just like ibuprofen and here you go. You're done. You're not bleeding out, you're fine. You're the greatest, right? Yeah, I go in to do blood work for lab this week, and then a couple weeks I go in for the physical. Oh god, we're hungry. All right, good thing we made food so we can eat, right? Let's get some water. Have arthritis since you were 16? Oh man. I've had gray hair since I was 16. Into the fiscal year physical? Yeah. Good times, right? Good times. I was actually really happy when they moved a VA off clinic, like not a big clinic, just a little one. Moved one into my town so I didn't have to drive an hour and a half to 2 hours to go to the VA. I mean, still for major things I have to drive that far, but not for like my yearly and stuff like that. I've had gray hair since I'm 18, right? Poor Quimby was running from me like I was Sideshow Bob this week. Or this weekend. He's like, I'm just trying to be out here fishing, doing my own thing. And Tia's like, Pop. Right here. Right here. Totally fine. Yeah, crazy you missed the New World Open Beta this weekend. It was a nice chance for people that don't have the game to pop in and play it and see if they liked it at all. It was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun. Probably spent way too many hours messing with it. But now I'm like, when does it come out again? Which is the 28th of this month, I think, is full release. But I'm like, hurry up. So 23rd, full release for this, for Medieval Dynasty. And 28th is a full release for New World. And then Valheim is coming up pretty shortly. So many things going on. Beta ends in 15 minutes and Tia's trying to give me gear that I can't use for 5 more levels. Yep. Quimby actually did work on Friday. Was it Thursday and Friday when the beta came out? I think it was just Friday, wasn't it? Anyway, so he's trying to be a good person and go to work. And I'm like, Quimby, just skip work. totally fine. Just skip work. Go play with me. But yeah. Update 5 for Satisfactory already? Nice. And Mars. Surviving Mars? Survival Mars? Mars Survival? Surviving Mars, I think you said sneaky DLC came out. But like, here you go. So yeah, maybe I'll do a game update thing after this. Kind of get everybody up to speed on what's up. Alright, we were going to make some more bowls. We've been trying to do this for the last 20 minutes. And Tia keeps getting distracted. Somehow. Some way. Turn on the PC today, the first time in over a month to resub. Well, Sim, thank you. I mean, I'm just happy to see your face. But, yeah, the resub thing, it's a-okay, man. Don't worry about that. Although it is appreciated, I understand. So you turn your PC's been off for a month. You're just trying to take a break from technology, which is good because you don't realize how sunken it is until you get away from it for like 3 or 4 days, and you're like, oh my goodness, how many hours do I spend on that? MD and Satisfactory on pause since both are going to do major updates. Nice. Yeah, I've been looking at that one, and Dyson Sphere was another one I'm looking at. There's too many games and not enough hours. I went ahead, so I have a company on Atlas, and we have a lot of money, like an insane amount of money, because I was able to set up a trade system when it first relaunched. Like they're still in beta testing, so they're making huge strides and changes, which means they have to wipe, and then everybody gets angry and they lose some more customers, and then wipe and everybody gets angry and lose more customers. So it's a nice vicious circle. But they did add markets and stuff in, and auto gatherers, so they have like a little place that gathers up some stuff, and like a mine and a forester and stuff like that. And I'm really enjoying that because it goes into a warehouse, and then you set a market up to a warehouse and sell it to other people. And anyway, so making the trades actually make you like 15 monies per trade or whatever, depending on how far away they are. And then, so it's been accumulating for 3 months now, and I have so much dang money, but I'm tired of playing, so I decided last week I'm not touching it. Like, and it takes 10 days for all the building to dissipate, like disappear completely. So we'll be seeing if that does it, because I do have a couple more people in my company, and they kind of don't play it anymore either. So we will see. We will see if that disappears or not. Oh. Yes, babies do take all the time, but they're worth it, even if you're like, can I please just have 5 seconds to myself? But yes, congratulations. I'm glad both you and her are safe now. But yeah. You're like, the choice was either coming on here or taking a nap for 15 minutes. So I decided to do both. And let mom sleep. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Man, I was like, uh, I think like parents have it so weird nowadays when they have children because like 3 years before they even go into school, you're trying to get on waiting lists for like what is it? Not it's preschool or something like that. I see some crazy stuff. Missy's like, yeah, the list isn't any joke. And I'm like, jeez. Crazy's like, it's fine. While I was in the hospital, I went ahead and tried to sign him up for pre-K. Dum. Alright, here we go. Let's just bring the trap here. Yeah, so we got like let me check the map, not the map, the thing. So next Thursday is when 1.0 releases. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday. Why you want to Dragon? I'm good. I get to be an aunt, which means I can spoil the kids. Actually, I don't. I'm probably the least person to spoil people, but like I said, I teach them superhero ethics and try to keep them on the path to being a decently good person. Even if I have to be a little harsh sometimes, which is just weird. I have to watch myself sometimes. Like, T, you need to relax a little bit. But yeah. I adore them. I don't know what I'd do with my own kids, though, because I think you can't get away from them. Like, you can't just take off. It's like, I need a break. I need a break right meow. Your husband found a preschool he was interested in, and it was $1,600 a month. I was like, is it really necessary? I don't think so. Right? That's what I said. It's like, if you have a wife or a husband that's a stay-at-home, you're saving yourself what a minimum wage worker would be doing. Like, as far as how much money you're saving from not taking him to a preschool. But at the same time, sometimes people like to keep working even though they have small children, and sometimes it's necessary because they're single parents too and have to put food on the table. So yeah, everybody's situation is different with that, especially with kids. Like I said, I'm super thrilled to be an aunt. I can have them when I want them, and then send them back to their parents if they're driving me up the wall. Your wife and I had that exact talk. Yeah, well, whether it would be worth it. But yeah, somebody mentioned that they were upset with their spouse because they did nothing for the entire time the kids were born or whatever, to raise the kids and stuff. I'm like, excuse me, that is a full-time job, and not just a job, it's 16 jobs for raising a kid. And I'm not even a parent, and I know this. Yeah, exactly. Like where you're going to work and then having to pay the daycare, and then you're basically not. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. So you have to decide what's better for the person doing this stuff. Would they rather be at work, or would they rather be with their kids 24 hours a day? And that's okay. It's okay. Some people pick work over that because they prefer it, or because they're worried about losing career momentum. A job with very little appreciation. Exactly, exactly. That's a full-time job with tons of overtime. Do 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 do. That's after school Uno Wars. Nice, nice. Yep, it's nice when there's options, basically. Like I said, I'm not speaking as a parent, but just from observation. Alright, I think we can put all this back in the shed now that this isn't such a rare thing. Do 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 do. Alright. Man. It's a good day. We did a lot of stuff. Let's see if wolf thing's situated. Wolves or boars? Shocker. We need to build... Well, no. I don't want to. Never mind. I was going to say we need to build another stable so we could have a chance at more baby horses and more baby mules, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's go, buddy. We have places to be. Yeah, we're gonna go find some wolves. Do 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 do. So the last day of this season, we have to switch our gatherers over to berries and our barn workers over to farmers. So we're gonna be very busy. Alright, right here. Oop, there we go. Well, yeah, but if I take you with me, then you'll get eaten. And you don't want that, and I don't want that, so you stay right there. Doom, doo, doo, doo. I think the only big thing you've missed is markets. Market stalls. Which is really nice. So, you know we were doing the thread empire. Like having a crafter to spin flax all the time. Because it's one of the fastest ways to level up a crafter. And then we used that to make hats. And we were selling the hats. Well, now we have our stalls sell the hats. And that seems to be the fastest way to level up diplomacy for those people. So it's all worked out pretty nicely. I'm nervous about the undocumented changes coming with 1.0. I am a little bit too, mostly because when they said terrain, I'm like, oh god, please don't mess up my village area. Hey, how about we hit F5 so we don't get mauled to death by accident? The mauling to death will be intentional. Oh, no worries, no worries. I try to repeat the questions. I probably don't actually fully do the sentences, but I'll try. That way you don't have to watch chat so much. F5! I know. I know. B went back to work, so I haven't been able to raid her any. Dwarf is off doing other things. Stuff and things. So she's not been on either. They, them, do-do. I don't know. She always messes with me. Alright. I think that's our two here. Ready, horse? Oh, away we go. A wandering, so great. Yep, yep. Little howler monkey. So after you see what they... Well, since it's the 23rd is Thursday, and we usually do not stream on Thursday, if it goes live on Thursday like it's planned... Hold on a second, let me hop down here. I will go ahead and stream, so you will be able to see. Personally, I've only ran across... Oh, here's a hat. I've only seen a couple of things, and the mead. Nice, so it's not just a flask that they put down here. But yeah, I'll go ahead and stream the day it's actually released. Heck, I don't really like doing this because it tears my health up a little bit after, like you get after, but I might even buy some energy drinks so we can finish out a full year. I'll pay for it after, but that's okay. Like, guys, I just have to sleep the entire weekend. It's totally fine. Alright, that's 2 wolves. Let's go up here to our other kind of safe spot. Yeah, as soon as it's out, I'll be streaming it. I'll keep a tight eye on it. We'll knock out a whole year. It'll be season 11 already. How crazy is that? A fun stream. Tia's strung out on energy drinks. I'm not sure what she's saying, but she's been trying to say it for 5 minutes now. Probably be like hitting F5 on the refresh page thingy. But if one of you guys see it before me, just ping me on Deuce's Discord or Gargoyles or bees, whoever has a adjacent one with me. I think I'm on the Toplets channel, Toplets Discord too, so you could ping me there. At Tia. Hey, things, stuff now, ready to go. Doom, 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 doom. Puppy number 1. F5, 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 there we go. There's puppy number 2. Doom, doo, doo, doom. F5? Oh god, what was that noise? Just terrifying rabbits. It's totally fine, guys. Wheel of Timer trailer. Nice. Don't they already have that on Amazon? I feel like I saw that on Amazon. It might have been the trailer, though. I don't know. No, it is the rabbit. Oh, God. Be like, Rasmir, learn how to climb a tree, dude. Mid-November. Nice. Yeah, there's quite a few I'm kind of waiting on. TV show-wise. The next Shadow and Bone. I was like, hurry up. Hurry, hurry. I need it. And then, there is Lyra Silvertongue. Help me out here. Lyra Silvertongue. Doom, doo, doo, doom. As a thing, I can see I know the character's name, okay, guys? So that should tell you enough that I know just can't think what it's actually called. That one I'm waiting on. Lucifer's new season came out a couple of days ago. I was playing New World so heavily that I couldn't actually watch it, though. I watched 15 minutes of it and I'm like, I'm done. Whoop! That's a wolf. Workshop 3? Heck yeah. I like it when buildings complete themselves. Monty Python rabbit? No joke. As I said, it's like, it's fine. It's not a full moon, we'll be fine. F5. I don't know. Did I get woodshed too? I think I finally did. Yeah, we finally got woodshed 2, and we're still a bazillion points away from the mine. It's totally fine. I really hope they do a mine 1 and a mine 2, like mine 2 being this one. But I think at like put it at 2,000 points, have mine 1, and they can get the copper and the salt and the tin and rocks, of course. Why do I hear other growling? F5 again. I do not, true. I have a steady hand. Also, I don't hunt very often. Only as necessary. I'm gonna see if there's any more wolves here, and we're gonna take them out. Freaking ninja bunny. Alright, there we go. I don't even, are we at that same spot we were last time? Yep. This nice little tan region right here. So we hit up here first. And then we hit right here. And then we zipped across the creek to right here. I just gotta remember where these are. Let's go to the horse. Hi, dears. On this beautiful day. Now we get to go back to Gastovia. Gastovia. That was my stomach growling earlier. Oh gosh, eat some food. I know, like, usually when you do your physical, you have to be fasting or whatever. That's what I said. I told them, I was like, if I have to do labs on Thursday, then it needs to be really early, because there's no way I'm going without my coffee all day long. Food's kind of meh. It's like, it's whatever with food, but don't mess with my coffees. Hi. Nope. Yes. He gave us a stone spear and 15 reputation. How much do we have right now? Do we actually have enough to maybe hire another person? Nope. I think it has to be 1,200 for the next person. We're still a long ways off. If you've been enjoying the content and community and like to support the channel, please consider following, subscribing, thumbs up, high five, low five, all the stuff and things. Here on Twitch, over on YouTube, and on Twitter. Your support is much appreciated. Doom, doo, doo, doom, doom, doom. Might have been my last time for food yesterday, this time. I am a bad salesman. I have to remind myself to do those things. It's not a good thing. I'm supposed to be on top of it. It's okay. If I could just edit videos and be a good salesperson, we'd have a bazillion subscribers. But that's okay. I'd rather have a smaller community and do what I need to do instead of catering to the demands. Although that would be better content for you guys, which is kind of motivating to do that. But at the same time, like I said, I just don't feel like I have a ton of energy to spend doing all this. So many kids, guys. I was kind of hoping a mom returned from work, but it don't look like it. Doesn't look like it at all. Now, please, for the love of God, please remind me next playthrough, everybody's getting their own individual house. Even you, kid. Oh, did you guys see earlier? He gave me a piece of straw. So he's learned to pick up straw, but not rocks and sticks yet. But I'm super stoked about that. Probably more happy than I should have been. And it was a single piece of straw, guys. And I was thrilled. I was like, you're learning, good boy. If it's only one straw every season, at least it's better than nothing. That's okay. It's just sometimes you just like to hang out and have coffee and chill out, or tea. Some of you guys drink tea, and that's a-okay. Quippy, there's no... I am the law. I am the law. Kids need to learn how to survive by themselves. So my sister looked at me like I was crazy when I told her that the 2-year-old could get her own drink. She's like, she's 2, she can't do that. I was like, yeah, she can. I showed her how to get a cup. I showed her how to use the water thing on the refrigerator. And she gets her own water. I don't have to get her water. She's smart. That's exactly what a dictator would say. I'm just saying. Oh, you guys have never actually got to see me play Frostpunk, have you? Yeah. I'm just saying. I do like Frostpunk because it has options that I would totally use. It did have I think Frostpunk had an expansion. I haven't played that yet. Been busy doing stuff. Alright, we're here to get repair stuff. So we need sticks and straw. Did I get stones? I bet you I did. Yes, I did. Tia. It's like you don't even want to cooperate. We put the boys' cups in the lowest cabinet we could. Get your own drinks. Exactly. Now, I'm not saying they have to tuck themselves in at night and read their own bedtime story. I mean, it's not like it's a Matilda situation. But I do highly encourage thinking and innovation from children. Frostpunk 2 isn't out yet. Yes, but they did have a expansion. Hang out on the mom's hair. Yeah, actually I call my nieces and nephews monkeys when they're being good. I call them demon spawn when they're not. Alright, so we had one excavation shed that needed repaired. I think the chicken coop and the hog house need some help. No, as I think we put limiting expectations on the kids. But yeah, trust me, if I know it wouldn't hurt them, because you see the monkeys that sit by the anthills and use the sticks to get food. I would totally do that to children, but they're soft and squishy and would get eaten alive by the ants, so you can't do that. But my version of that is having them access to a cup and being able to get their own water. When they were little babies, my nephew especially, I used to call them howler monkeys a lot. Because that's what they did. They were howler monkeys. And then by the age of, I think, 8 or 9 months, I literally got a stuffed animal that when you push the belly, it does a howler monkey sound. And my nephew was able to imitate that. Which, of course, his mother absolutely loved. / she wanted to murder me. Hi, baby chicken. Are you enjoying the greenery outside? It is a beautiful day. Nice sunshine going. I gave him just a little bit of leisure space, as you can see. I tell mine to grab the John Deere and cut the grass. He's 10. Yeah. Like a little kids and baby donkeys. How cute is that? Donkey's like, no, no pictures. No pictures. No, only the people live in sardine cans. I don't sardine can the animals. That'd be cruel. Doom, 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 doom. I bet you we got some more limestone by now. I think everything's repaired. Let's check the fields real quick. Management, fields. Everything but this one is green. Okay, let's go check. I know we have a lot of children. Next season, next time we play, we were gonna do individual houses until 2 of the ones have at least skill level 5. And then I'll put them in a house together. But I think maybe no more. I don't want to say trash panda kids because it's bad. That's bad. You shouldn't call kids that. But I'm just saying. Oh, speaking of trash pandas, in a good way, my sister, I went to my niece's 16th birthday party, and my sister's been raising a baby raccoon, and it was suitably adorable. And she bathes it and takes care of it enough it doesn't like smell. Like that's usually the problem I have with a lot of animals is they have a strong odor, and it messes with my nose too bad. Okay, so this one was wheat, and they had to harvest it and plow it. Okay, I was unaware. Sorry, guys. Probably would have given you guys some more support. But yeah, I played with it for quite a bit of time at the party. So not baby skunks. Alright, well, I mean, baby skunks, you expect the smell, right? But no. Even like ferrets and dogs and cats have a strong enough odor that it bothers me. Even if they're like bathed and taken care of regularly. Yeah, the baby raccoon didn't have any odor smell. It was nice. But it's always fidgety with its hands. Because it was grabbing buttons, or an ear, or messing with your hair. I got it to play like a little cat. So I flipped my hand upside down and ran my hand through the grass and was rustling the whatever the heck the grass is called, rustling the grass, and it was flipping out and pouncing on me. It was super cute. Now don't do that with a wild one though, guys. I have 2 words for you. Rabies. Actually remove the scent gland on the pet. Yes, they do. They do. We're just kind of gathering stuff up right now. Everything's pretty chill. We've got most of the chores already done day 1. Which is always nice. Right? She told me the name dragon. I just am like I am with all names, and it is not available in my brain right now. I don't think it was Rocket though, off of Guardians of the Galaxies. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. To be fair, when my sister's friends ran up into me and said, "Hi, Tia," I didn't know who any of them were. And this was about 8 or 9 people that came to talk to me. I know, at least I remember it's because one of you guys mentioned that you probably call your sister and make sure you don't have anything to do today. I'm like, I don't have anything to, oh God, I have a birthday party. I was in charge of making sure the electronics worked so they could watch a movie later that night, on the grass. And, I didn't know this, but the computer I loaned them, had a kid lock on it. So at 9, when they were in the middle of a movie, it locked up on them and shut it off because it had a kid lock on it. It said no computer after 9. I about died laughing once they told me that the next day. Sorry, kids. Too bad for you. It's time to go to bed. I put a thumb drive with some movies on it, and I tried to get the Dora the Explorer TV show, like the cartoon that I used to watch when they were she was a kid, and I couldn't get it, but that's okay. Made me laugh. The intent was there, I just wasn't able to execute it. Doom, 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 doom. Sticks. Oh man, we have a lot of rot in here if I'm not mistaken. Rot. 84 pounds of rot. Let's go over here and make some fertilizer. I know, time. I know you're 60. Oh gosh, Tia, how much rot is this? Someone wasn't paying attention. I mean, we even have some bowls in here. It's totally fine. 404 fertilizer. Here we go. Oh, let me stretch just a little bit. One pour backs like Rice Krispies again. Snap, crackle, pop. You didn't start all the Transformers, but I know. They wanted scary movies, and I don't do scary movies. I'll throw that out there right meow. I tried playing Phasmophobia over with the Sheared Sheep's gaming crew over there. They're really awesome people and fun, and they're really chill. But I tried playing with it, and I was able to play maybe 3 Sundays with them. And I was like, oh God, no more. No more. Yes, I did, Quimby. I'm like, I'm gonna stay in the van, guys. After you. Oh, and then I just had to sleep with the lights on at my own actual house. It was not cool. I was like, guys, I can't play this anymore. I love hanging out with you guys, and you're really fun and awesome people, but I can't do this to myself anymore. Have to do that running leap to the bed from like the doorway. Hard pass. So the hilarious part is, like, I'm not scared of ghosts and scary things until my imagination grabs them, and then my imagination destroys me. It's a bad deal. It's a bad deal all around. No Resident Evil VR. Nope. I love the Resident Evil movies, but I do not play the video games. And my nephew was asking me if I wanted to play Five Nights at Freddy's. And I was like, isn't that a jump scare game? They're like, yeah, it's really fun. I'm like, I don't like that. Because some people like being scared, and that's more than fine. That's cool. That's the reactionary thing. I don't like being scared. Alright. It's usually an hour and 30 in the stream, which is about right now. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the latrine real quick and stretch, and I will be back in just a minute. I'll see you guys soon. You guys should probably do the same. If you're like me, you've been sitting there for a hot minute. I'll see you guys soon. 1 second. Alrighty. Good thing True, it makes me neither. Alright, let's see. And we're gonna throw that on the hydrate. Thank you. I didn't mean to open this page, but this will work too. Looks like we have this field still needs a little bit of help, but they got most of it done. And this field, oats and rye. So are we missing maybe seeds or something? This one's not finished either. So we have two fields that aren't quite done yet. Throw 1,000 rod on the ground. Oh, you're gonna be that way, eh? Half this fertilizer on the ground. This hour and a half has flown by, guys. I didn't expect it to go this fast. Ah, I never noticed that. Look at the curves on the hunter shacks. That's pretty nifty. I don't know why I didn't see that before. I just thought that was like a normal V shape. Like that. Hi, Horace. Rabbit trap. This is usually the extent of my hunting. Some people actually really like hunting in this game. Doom, doom, doom. Alright. Hi, wife. Thank you for the porridge. Be well. Small child. Survival 5, Production 6, Extraction 3, Farming 3. That's pretty good, kid. Alright. She gave us some food, so let's go ahead and inventory. There it is. That's what we were looking for. Porridge, 20 food, 5 water. But we get a bowl, so win-win. There we go, get the plates in there. Whew. Now the fact that they sometimes say they don't have food for like 5 seconds always freaks me out, because you guys know how much food we have in the food storage. We have like a ton of food. So much food. We have 11 buckets still. I'm gonna write that down. 11 buckets. And we have 4 about to spoil for milk. I just need to know if they spoil and become buckets or not. That's all I need to know in life. Buckets of water have not spoiled at all, because why would water spoil? That's actually pretty good to know. They have not gave us any more information on the bandits. A lot of us were hoping we'd get to tap into it before the actual official launch on the 23rd. But it's looking more and more like we won't even get to beta test it. Which is kind of a bummer. I was really looking forward to it. But that being said, we have what we have. And we'll just have to be happy with it. / frowny face. Right? It's fine. Alright, I'm gonna eat my eggs. Put the bowl back in there. Sad panda. Exactly crazy. I should start drawing again one of these days. But sad panda is one of the emotes I want for sure. Sad panda. Now we were here a couple weeks ago, / last week, and there was apples and cherries on all the trees because they didn't harvest them. So I'm glad that they've started doing that. We did get rid of a field right here, a large field, because we just didn't need it anymore. And then we got rid of a the small field down here that had the extra onions on it. Right now we currently have 1 vegetable field. So info management, fields, food field, because we can now type in titles for the fields. So you mouse over a field and hit H, and you can do a custom name. H, custom name. So our food field is beets, onions, cabbages, and carrots. And there is enough in this one field, a 16 by 16, to feed a population of 54. Because we can make vegetable soup that the yield is exactly how much it cost, plus like an extra 400 per year, just by doing that. So that's weird and interesting at the same time to me. But I don't think we unlock vegetable soup until like Tavern 2, so it can't be an off the start strategy, unfortunately. So this isn't a first year strategy. It's once you get vegetable soup unlocked, you can switch out your pottage and your meat with gravy to this, because it is a maximized food. Look how much firewood we have on the ground over here. 3,000 firewood. Good morning, dwarf. How are you doing today? I was just talking about how I don't get to raid you and B anymore because you guys are off doing other things. Crazy's back though. Real life is not cooperating? I second that. Everybody's been doing all kinds of things today. Or this month. This month's been a little bit quiet. But that's okay. Like I said, I appreciate it anytime you guys can hop over and say hi. Even if it's just for a minute. Because I miss you guys sometimes. We're like, oh, what are they doing today? Just want to avoid work, sit at home and game. It's close to what my strategy is, Quimby. My strategy is, in 15 years, I want to be able to sit home and game and get paid. So that would be... Well, I don't want it to be my job. How funny is that? I'm a streamer and I don't want it to be my job. But then if I do that, I get stalkers. I know where you are, Quimby. You had to bring down a 50-foot maple in the backyard, but it was too tight for anyone to bring in the equipment, so had a tree monkey and rope. Oh god. I did that with some dead limbs on my cottonwood. But I did have enough space to bring in equipment, so I did hire somebody to come in and take it all down about a year later. But yeah, that's stressful, trying to get a big tree down in a small space without wrecking stuff. Oh geez. I think it cost me right at $2,000 to get my tree removed, which is a lot of money to get a tree removed. But it was digging underneath my house and breaking the foundation. Yeah. I hate it when they do that. It's too expensive. I hired my little sister to come out and clear this tree line. Now, mind you, I have a in-town house, but to clear the tree line so I could get the new fence up, and she didn't have a way to haul it away, so we put it on the curb because they do the storm clean out stuff eventually. And there was so much of it, I swear I was like, they're just gonna say no and find me to get rid of it. That, or it's just gonna be a fire hazard. But luckily enough, they actually came along and picked it all up, so that was really awesome. Yeah, because after the storm, if we have storms and stuff, we put the excess limbs and stuff. I think it's like has to be 3 foot and bundled, but we didn't bundle it, we just stacked it. But I made sure none of the limbs were more than 3 foot long. It was very tedious work. But yeah, welcome back. Do you have a suntan or anything? I've had to go outside twice this week already. Oh, okay. Yeah, we thankfully haven't had to pay because we've had so many dang storms through here. And just some of the stuff keels over. My neighbor has a tree that leans in my yard. And I think if the wind was blowing a certain way on a day, I'm pretty sure it could crack and hit my car. Some protective clothing, nice. Your long sleeves. Hi, Hammer. Wait, is this Bunny? Oh, Spear the Bunnies. Okay. I was like, wait. I have a friend named Buddy. But Hammer, yes. Yes. We haven't had to chase any rabbits with spears in quite some time, which is really nice. Release of the game comes out next Thursday for the 1.0 version. That'll have bandits. Some bandits. And quite a few other features, new storylines, and some other stuff. So I'm anticipating that. We've been wanting to have it on the beta branch here so we could actually play it, but sadly we don't yet. We don't have it. It's not in our hands. Oh, herbalism is also another thing that they're working on. So we'll have bandits and herbalism next week. I just started playing this game yesterday and I'm enjoying it. Yes! Yes. Alright, let's see. Best tips you guys can think of for the game. One of the better tips is escape, settings, graphics, and go down here to foliage and turn it on low. Just so you can see rocks. And of course broadleaf for healing. But yeah, anything you want to know, just ask and we'll try to answer it to the best of our ability. My group here really likes giving out tips and stuff. Stone pickaxe and a lonely mountain dragon. Yes, they now have, so Q, handcrafting, they do have the stone pickaxe now, which is awesome sauce. Teleporting NPCs and animals are only like when you're rushing up into a place and it's loading. And then sometimes you have that problem. Like they fall from the sky, basically. Dwarf is like, yeah, Dwarf would be your early game person for sure. She knows how to get stuff done. Best tips to make and sell stone knives to buy the pouch, backpack, and bow the first couple of days. Yep. Yep. That's absolutely a pro tip right there. That's what we'll be doing on restart, because we'll restart when 1.0 comes out next week. And one of the first things we will definitely be doing is picking up enough stones and sticks to make stone knives in order to afford, because you have to go up here to Baranica? Is that Baranica? Sounds exactly the same when I say it. I can't help it. But yeah. So up here, there are plenty of stones and sticks to do here, as well as a mine. So you could technically make a stone pickaxe, hop in the mine up here, mine everything out. You have tons of stone and as well as some ore. And then you can grab sticks and make the knives and get your large backpack and large pouch. From here. And then you can buy your, it's not even on the map. There it is right there. The hunter guy up here has bows. Some people like the crossbow. I like the longbow. Dwarf's like, I don't run around with spears. But yeah, it's pretty nice. I like my village area because I always build my house right here. But it's right over here along this. So I have my people here. I'm here. Got my hunters and foresters here. I put my fields up here for my crops. But yeah, everybody has other stuff that they like. A lot of people like this spot right here. Like a lot. There's some spots around some of the lakes. I think there's a spot over here that's pretty flat. And you can fit a whole village over here. I did say that. The Wolf Mountain's over here. So this is Wolf Alley right here. There's a lot of wolves right here, as well as some bison and some other noms there. There's a lot of information. We'll just put it that way. Hi guys, how's it going? Little cutie. Yeah, I have pigs and chickens. See, there's a teleporting person right there because I'm loading in this little area. Hi, chicken! But yeah, I do all my farming over here. Lincia has a hunter as well, and a blacksmith if you want metal arrows. Yes, so you can hop on over here for stuff for bows and arrows stuff, and blacksmith for metal arrows. And there is a tailor. This is what Dwarf's saying. There is a tailor in Dinica as well, so you don't absolutely have to go up to Berenica to do all the stuff. Just somewhere I like. It's totally fine. Take the river instead of the road. Yeah, that way you don't get snacked up. But that's okay. I mean, I'm sure you've run across wolves already. Beautiful trees. Alright. This one's not done yet. Wait, those oats. Oats aren't plowed yet. Alright, let's check our management fields. Okay, that one's good now. Good, 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 good. Excellent. Alright, so everything is plowed and fertilized and sown that needs to be done. Excellent. My oats and rye field, half oats, half rye. They grow in 2 different seasons. F5 is your very best friend. It is a quick save. So if you're doing something risky, always smash F5 real quick. And that way if you get your face murdered, all you have to do is hit F9. And it will revert you back to your old save. Dun, 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 dun. If you're doing anything, hit F5. Yep. Yeah, that cracked me up because I have lost a couple hours before because I did not hit F5 at any given point in time. And it was a costly mistake. And one that I made multiple times. So I would love to say it never happened to me again after that one time. But that would be a lie. You've almost lost an entire season? Yep. Yep, yep. Alright, so we're planted up there. That's nice. So as you can see, like I said, with the lower foliage, you can see all those rocks there. Settings, graphics, foliage. Oops, where'd you go? There we go. FFA. See, now it's like, where's the rocks? So you can still see them, but you can't see them as well. Do 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 do. Do do. Auto saves only on season change. Yep. That is a good tip too. Oh, does it also save when you sleep? Oh, well, I mean, how many times do we actually sleep though? Usually we're working through the night. I've been making more of a habit to sleep. Just because sometimes we get everything done that we need to get done. Which is great, because like I said, we're in year 9 already. Settings. Gameplay. I don't see... I don't see autosave. I don't think there is an autosave. Hammer, I totally would go ahead and crank out some hours getting used to the game. Even though 1.0 will be coming out next week. Because you kind of like want to look around and see kind of where you want to build. There are some terrain changes coming in 1.0. But you might get lucky in the spot that you like actually will be just as flat as it was, or accommodable enough to still be able to do what it needs to do. But just getting used to where like some of the animals spawn and how forestry works. Like trees, when you cut them down, come back every 2 years. But if you pull the stump up, they never come back. But yeah, you started building exactly what else. That's because you're a professional, Hammer. That's not joking. I'm a creature of habit. So yes, building here is where I like to build. But yeah, I do really want to get a tips and tricks video out before the start of next week. But try telling that to Future Tia, because sometimes she doesn't want to do what I want her to do. That's Future Tia's problem. Yeah, Dwarf likes to do a couple trial runs before settling down for... Oh, Hammer, a tip you might not know. So open up your map, and you'll see your king is right here. You want somebody who has a good suffix. That's the ending, right? The last part. Prefix is before, suffix is after. A good prefix. So if it's Gustav the Cruel, like bad guy, you want to reload your save. Like reload and start over again until you get somebody that's a good guy. Because if you work for a bad guy, your people will get negative happiness when you finish the stuff. Can you slay the king? Right? Not you. Next. No, sadly you can't. Sadly, that is not a thing. But finishing the king's quest will allow you to reduce your taxes, no matter if they're good or bad. If you work for a good guy, it'll boost your population happiness. If you work for a bad guy, it'll negative your happiness for your people. So that's why when you first start, you want to pay attention to who's king and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna have trouble because I'm gonna forget either to keep my people separate in different houses, like no commingling, or I'm gonna forget that I need to have a good king. So I already know the things that I'm gonna have trouble remembering next week when we restart again. But yeah, this is my 10th total restart. We're in year 9 right now from the last big update, because we like to test out the balances and the changes to see how the game feels. Hello, small child. See you later. The carts you see here, and then there's no... Carts are all over, actually. They used to be completely static with nothing in them. However, they now are still static, but they rotate seasons, and they rotate what's in them. So the carts are all random. Or they seem random because they don't appear all the time. Yeah, dwarf an Amazon village, so you can flirt with everyone for diplomacy. Diplomacy is a big deal. It's one of my favorite skills in this game, but it's also one of the harder ones to level up. I level my diplomacy up by selling things, which has been working out very nicely for me. No, it's not. Well, I mean, I don't talk to him. Yeah, she's like, I might as well get some diplomacy points out of this. I don't blame her. But, so have you seen, like, when you first start a game, you have different settings? Like, if you want to, we play 100% vanilla, so everything we're doing is how the game is, quote-unquote, designed to be played and balanced to play. But when you first start a new thing, it has some settings you can change. Like you can do infinite weight, you can do lower or higher food, lower or higher taxes. You can make the animals easier or harder. There's quite a few things going on. Hey, I'm not married to any of them. Dwarf. Crank up the days to 5. Nice. If I was gonna do a day setting, I think I would maybe, probably not, but maybe switch it to 4 days. I think out of everything, I think that's the only thing I would change. But I'm still really comfortable at 3 days because I've done it so much, it doesn't feel like it's really long. Hey, don't stare at the sun, buddy. You need your eyesight, okay? Yeah. Age 4. Crazy down. Here's our... Oh, if Crazy's still here, here's the changes. Diplomacy 10. They also made it to where you don't lose... There used to be when you skilled up on something and you move the person to another job, then they would lose all of this progress. So they'd still be level 4, but they'd lose the progress to get to 5. Now, you can move them around and they'll keep all of their progress, which is a huge deal. Especially when you need people to be in different places for different things sometimes. It's really nice. Plus, you can see how close they are to the next level. That's a huge deal. But yeah, okay, so here's the stalls. Let's go to management. Buildings. All the way down here to storage. Stalls. F. So you can use, once you're selected in the stall, you can hit C. And you can do tools, clothes, resources, or food. Right now we have clothes selected for our clothes stall. Because we're selling those hats, right? And you go down here and you tell them what you want to sell. And right now we're selling 15.9 hats per day. And we're getting $1,035 a day. Oh yeah, they changed the stuff to hour to day now. Because remember, this used to be every hour is how much they would produce. Which is really hard to estimate everything. Because you're trying to figure out how many hours are in a day. And how many days are in your month and so on and so forth. So they switched it to days for production purposes. I absolutely love this. This is so much easier. So your wood demand is per day. Your food demand is per day. There was something else big that I need to tell you, and I'm trying to think what it was. Something different that they did. Golly. Management. Buildings. I'm gonna look at stuff until I remember what the heck it was. Oh, okay, so logs. They're cutting down logs at 40%. So these guys are in here doing their job. It takes axe durability. So they did add tools in since you've been gone crazy. And I will tell you, at the beginning, this is, I can't find a nice word. Tedious. This is tedious. Very much so at the very beginning. To make sure you're doing the right thing. So this costs 1 log and some axe durability. This costs 5 durability on axes. Sticks don't cost anything. Planks cost logs and an axe and a log's durability. Something they did that is super annoying. A boat to sell the river. That'd be nice, but I think like the river chops up quite a few places just for the bridges. So the bridges would have to be a little bit taller for us to sail. So here, Dwarf discovered this, and it's kind of like a little bit enraging because we didn't notice until much later. So you can pick up stones for free, and you can pick up clay with using shovel durability. Neither one of these at the moment will give you XP. Like none. It's a whole waste. Which is a little bit enraging. So now you have to use limestone if you want these guys to level up. Which I do. I want them to level up. But we need them to pick up stones so we could make tools. They did require tools last time we played. They may have changed it how many you need since then. Yeah, so your farmer uses hoes, bags, and sickles or scythes, depending on what you're using. And then, yeah, everything uses tools now. Were you here when they added copper tools and bronze tools? We got our forge now, so we can actually make copper bars, tin bars, bronze bars, and we can't make iron because we don't have enough stuff yet. But we're getting there, slow and steady. Trying to think what else. What else did we miss? Average is 2 years a level. Yeah, like I said, I was really frustrated when you said that because I didn't even notice because I wasn't paying attention, that the people didn't gain any XP when they were just picking up rocks. I was like, heck yeah, you need to. The bronze stuff's pretty nifty, so we'll just look at knives to be an example. So they have a 50 durability for a stone knife, whereas an iron knife has 500 durability. I don't know if I have any bronze knives to show you the difference in that. But yes, so the durability is nice. The better tools you get, the longer they last, which means hopefully the less you have to make. And we did go on a shopping spree and bought some iron tools and stuff like that earlier. But they're still wading through the stone ones first, which is nice. Oh gosh, we have 5 simple bags. 9 regular bags, so we'll probably have to beef up on bags. So stone knives have 9. We only have 1 iron knife, so I'm going to have to craft some more stone knives. What about our chopping? 10 iron axes, 27 stone. Alright, so all we need is some knives. Knives are for the hunters, by the way. Loving NPCs is what I focus on, though. Yeah. So we're 2 restarts since bronze. Ugh. Sorry, I gotta stretch just a little bit. It's going pretty fast. Here's all that wheat, rye. Oh, it's the last day. That's right. Alright, so important. We've gotta play switcheroo. Like I said, I will be so thrilled when they make it where they can have just a drop down in whatever place they're working. We can just flip what they're doing inside the job. But for right now, we have to get barn workers and flip them over to be farmers. Doom doo doo doom doo doo doom doo doo doom doom doom. Because they have to work all the fields next season. They're gonna be very busy. Very, very busy. Farmer. 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 I'll take a hydrate, thank you. Much appreciated. Doom, doo, doom, doo, 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 doom. Alright, that wasn't near as painful as it has been in the past. Mostly because I noticed not to go to the building anymore. I go straight to the people page. Alright, farming. All farmers. All farmers. Good deal. Let's check and see if we have any empty people. As in unemployed. I'm pretty sure we do not. Alright, there we go. So everybody is on farmer duty for next season, so that's good. They only work until 6 now, by the way, because farmers used to work a little bit after just to make sure everything's done. They no longer do that. Everybody quits exactly at 6 now. 6 is like everybody's done. So just a heads up on that. Don't expect him to work after 6. 1800. Camera, one thing I would say is you do not have to purchase every single blueprint when you're doing stuff. I would only buy things that, yeah. I am farm based. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I like them a lot. I like them a lot. They make me lots of monies. I don't even have like my crafters. I don't even have crafters for most things. Production. Empty. Empty. So sewing hut I always have full. Always, always. Because this guy working on... Actually, let me duck that down just a little bit more. I don't want you making bags. I have this guy always making linen thread. And these guys level up like crazy, which is amazing. So I put both my level 10 guys that used to be seamstresses over here to cook. And they make enough food. Oh god, no resources? We're out of beetroots. How did this happen? Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing that just happened. But that's okay, beetroots will be ready next season. So we're gonna make them make pottage. Actually, no, let's do meat with gravy. I have 5 tons of meat with gravy. Meat with gravy, meat with gravy. But yeah, they actually make enough vegetable soup to keep up for a whole year worth of production for these guys, which is so nice. Look how much food they can do. Because I know I was crying how much stuff they couldn't do a day. There was salty, salty tears involved. But with 2 level 10 crafters and a tier 2 thing, they can actually keep up with my population. Well, we did cut it down by two farms earlier, or 2 fields. So like, I made exceptions. I made exceptions. Trust me, if we had double the population or double the workers, oh my gosh, I would be like insanely excited. A 3, you get another cook. I tried selling food, by the way, at the merchants, and we got like nothing. Like it didn't level up, and it didn't make much money. Okay, yeah, crazy. It's good to see you. I'm happy you and the little monkey are okay. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, farming, doing stuff and things. Very nice. Hi, baby chicken. Oh man. Alright, let's check inventory and see if I have anything extra. Okay, we've got a few things to drop off. We do have to make the stone knives though, guys. Otherwise, we're gonna be crying. Salty, salty tears. Limestone, we could do 3 more houses. We're not gonna do that right now. Just gonna grab all the sticks and stones we have and make some stone knives. Hi, sweet! Oh, ouch. Sorry, I'm trying to stretch and not mess with my arm at the same time. explain how you do that, right? Stoned. It's okay. Well, the good thing is, if it's still hurting by the 28th, I can just tell the doctor. But hopefully it's not. No other waters? Okay. I'm experimenting with drinks this time around. And I got some Ocean Spray Cran Mango. I'm slightly scared to open it, but at the same time, we're gonna try it. I like pomegranate, cranberry pomegranate juice. And I like mango. So I'm gonna try some cran mango. God help us all. I don't know. It's not bad, but it's not like a... It's not super tart. Like, I like tart things. But it's not sugary either, which is great because I don't like tons of sugar. It definitely blands down the cranberry. So, yeah. Not bad. Cran mango's okay. Like I said, I like the pomegranate cranberry a lot better. I decided to try something different. Wait, you're like, wait, Tia trying something different? That's against Tia law. Tia says same thing over and over and over again. The definition of insanity. Or is that only if it fails? Getting wild? I know. I know. Next thing you know, I'll try leggings. Just joking. Never gonna happen. I'll stick with my jeans. There's nothing wrong with leggings, guys. It's just not a me thing. Didn't they have something called jeggings at one time? It was jeans and leggings at the same time? I don't even know. Somebody asked me last week how often I go outside. And I was like, twice a week. They're like, oh, what do you do when you go outside? I was like, I check the mail. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, overall today's been pretty good day today. Sweet. It's nice and calm, chillaxing. Got to see some people I was wondering about. Your mailbox is attached to my house under the roof porch. It doesn't count as outside. It does not. It does not. Only because I have to walk across the street to go get my mail. And then pray my shirt doesn't start a conversation with somebody, if there's anybody out there. I think I told you guys about the story. Me and my mom went down to New Orleans to hang out because it's one of my places I usually, if I go somewhere, go out for a small duration, like a weekend, to go chill out in the French Quarter. But anyway, long story short, I was wearing my Thundercats shirt, and then it prompted several conversations with strangers. I was like, oh no, how did this happen? Time to program the mail retrieving. I know, right? Be like, is that a robot they use to disable bombs? It's like, yes, it's what I use to go get my mail. Poor thing. Alright. So, if they don't let us beta test the 1.0 update before it comes out next week. Looks like we should make it to the end of year 9. The day it does come out on the 23rd. Social cap. Oh god, sweet, no. No! Please no! Oh god, please no. Oh, was that Michael off The Office or whatever? I'm probably saying the wrong name. It's fine. God, please no. Oh, Tia. Sidetracked. What were you saying? Next week, the 23rd, Thursday, when this releases, I usually don't stream. I will be streaming on that day. Because we have things to do. Oh, I like this. I'm gonna take a picture. And F12. So, to turn the HUD off, just hit H. H for HUD. If you guys want to walk around with no HUD, you can. Just hit H if you want it back. I have Surviving Mars. I have not played it in a few months. But you guys did say that they had a nice little update. Hurt too much to play Surviving Mars. Gotta find something else. The new DLC. Yeah, me and Quimby played the heck out of New World because it had an open beta this weekend where you could try it out for free. And that way you could see if you actually liked it and wanted to buy it, which I think was a really good and smart move. Mostly because more people got exposure to the game without the price tag attached to it. So that was actually a good deal. Because I really like that game. I'm going to hit it really hard when it comes out, I'll tell you that much. I ended up liking the light staff, to be honest with you. And I learned even more stuff. So I played the closed beta, which was a 2-week-long beta. Open beta was only this weekend, sadly. But I learned even more about it, so I have like a whole thing I'm going to try once it comes out again. I used the light staff and the spear. Mostly because the spear was kind of fun to play and a little bit dorky. But I statted 100% into the light staff. Oh, what's it called? Apparently the hatchet is the better move for me to do, but I didn't ever try out the hatchet. So I might be doing that later. That's the cool thing about the game New World is you can try out whatever dang weapons you want. Because you can level up everything. There's no limits on what you can level up. You can level up all your crafting. You can level up all your gathering. You can level up all the weapons. I absolutely love that about the game. That's like one of the cooler things about it. Because a lot of other places like, you can only have one crafting profession and 2 gathering professions. I'm like, no, I can pick up rocks. I can cut down trees. I can pick up fiber. Don't limit me. So it's really cool that you can just do it. You did that with a hatchet and a great axe? Nice. I heard good things about the great axe. And then I heard a lot of people crying, nerf it, nerf it. I was like, no, don't nerf things. Sometimes it's nice to, like, have an advantage. That meat's gonna be in there and spoil. It's totally fine. Whew. But yeah, I was pretty happy. Alright, if you've been enjoying the content community and would like to support the channel, please consider following, subscribing, thumbs up, high five, low five, all the 7 things here on Twitch, over on YouTube, and on Twitter. Your support is much appreciated, as always. But yeah, I have a lot more, for those of you that are new and just don't know me, I do have a lot more content over on YouTube. It is full form, as in it's not edited out stuff. So basically I repost my streams over there. But yeah. So anyway, happy Monday, guys. Take care of yourselves. I will be back on Wednesday. We are going to finish up Farm Manager 2021. I believe the winery DLC. We did brewing last week and we knock out the winery part this time. And then all I'll have left is a 30 fields we gotta make, and then I'll have all my achievements done again. But yeah, we'll be finishing up the free DLC for that on Wednesday. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. And have a lovely day. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye, guys.